Heights is known for its murals, and I think in the Boyle Heights neighborhood, there's the most amount of murals per square block, whatever that may be. And, it's been my experience growing up in the neighborhood that the great majority of murals are respected by the community for whatever it's depicting, whether it be history or religion. There's a lot of religious murals also. Murals are just part of the community. I can't remember a beautification project that we have where the idea of painting a mural hasn't come up. Let's paint a mural about different things. For example, the Parent Center, you guys see, has the students and the parents and the rainbow, but even some other murals that we have, like the junior writer right here in the girls' gym, or the HMS, the Hollenbeck Middle School in the main hallway. It's just a part of the neighborhood. I commented the other day that it wasn't until I got to high school that I began to realize what some of those murals meant, and then certainly when I went to college, then I realized a lot more what many of them meant. But I think for the kids, maybe at different levels, they appreciate it. Certainly, I think the color that it adds to the school is something that they appreciate. The school is not so bland. Something we try to instill in our kids is pride for the school. Be proud to be a Hollenbeck student, be proud to be a junior writer. And so I think when they see the junior writer, the Hollenbeck, or the HMS, it's something they can relate to and, certainly have respect for.
The stuff that we're learning in class. They also inspire you to go to college, like the one over there on the front, at the side of the main building. That one encourages us to attend to college. And it shows the importance of education. Like no matter what culture we are, that we should deserve some education.
The murals function as a historical document, especially the one that wraps around the Roosevelt that faces the school. I've met the artist a few times, and he felt the need to do a mural, and what started out to be maybe one stretch of mural turned into this whole historical documentation about Mexicans and our roots.
They teach about how they used to dress, how they used to look, and they also share the gods and everything.
They're an expression of pride, and they reflect the community's pride and what all the the culture and what the community's about.
Just an expression of the artist's feelings and the community, because that artist has to be aware of his community, just really wanting. Otherwise, the community is going to just destroy it, or just going to tell him to get out of here. This community changes like every 10 to 6 years. It's turnover. It's not the same community as it was 30 years ago.
Oh, my favorite's the one on Cesar Chavez and Soto by far. El Corrido de Boyle Heights. I think that particular mural was painted in 1983, and I think it tries as much as possible to capture Boyle Heights in '83. Because prior to that, Boyle Heights was, a primarily Jewish community, and then it became a very diverse community. We had a pretty significant African American population, Russian population. Many Jewish families still stayed, and then Latinos began, and then our large Japanese American populations. It became very diverse. But by '83, the community had been primarily Latino, and so I think it tries to capture some of the things.
Individual artists just started saying, well, what is it that affects me, What is it that I want to say now? What am I angry against, or what do I love, So we got people doing, some muralists doing kids and butterflies, that was their murals. And then we have some guys doing very political kind of murals.
There's other murals in the community, and if you watch, you could actually probably draw yourself a map from each Virgin de Guadalupe to, I have bugs in here, and that's religious. It used to be where churches were off limits, and so then your saints and people that you believe in were off limits. And so the Virgin de Guadalupe is a very, very important religious but cultural icon in the community. And to paint one is also to identify yourself, but also they're kind of off limits, and they don't get tagged on nearly as much. So the religious aspect is good. It doesn't get tagged on as much, and that's important.
Every once in a while, murals are touched. They are touched, and but it's been my experience growing up here and living here. The majority of the murals are respected and they're left alone. A lot of them, like Mr. Gomez mentioned, have to do with the history of the neighborhood. Many are related to religion, and so they're left alone. I think a lot has to do with their involvement in designing the mural, or they participate in actually painting the murals. That goes a long way, and you can see, like Mr. Bautista said, that they don't write on the murals, so that's a sign of respect, or because they've been involved in the design of those murals.
We did, when I first got here, we did up here on the ridge, where there's maroon stars and stuff now, we had a Heroes of Peace mural. And I had students paint the whole thing. And we chose Gandhi, Cesar Chavez, Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa. By and large, that mural was not tagged on nearly even close to anything that happened on that wall across the street. One, they knew kids did it.
Yeah.
And two, they knew it was the Heroes of Peace mural, and it was really great.
Like, it inspires us to do many things, and they just ruin it with just a little bit of paint. Because it's really bad to be writing on walls when you're not supposed to. Like, when they tag those things and all of the letters, and some kids just, like, read it, and, like, little kids, they, like, don't want to see that when they grow up. Like, they don't want to learn that. And then they start learning bad things, and then they do bad things like this.